Rittenhouse was declared innocent on all counts. We're going to watch a little video that came out about 9 days ago, 8 days before the trial hearing ended, just to show you how biased and how much ABC lies to their audience. If you want a clue how much they lied to their audience, look at the dislike ratio to like ratio on this video. It's absolutely hilarious. These guys aren't fooling anyone. They lie bold-faced in this video multiple times. It's absolutely sad, to be honest. You want to know why YouTube's disabling the dislike button? This is why. Because the Kyle Rittenhouse videos that are trying to condemn him are being downvoted to shit. Remember how the Amy Schumer comedy special got like a horrible review on Netflix? Like it was like 1 star out of like 5. It was really left wing. It was like completely left wing. It was condemning guns. It was condemning Trump. It was condemning everything right wing. Anyways, it was getting downvoted to shit. So Netflix got rid of the rating system altogether. This is kind of the same thing. But instead of a left-wing Amy Schumer video, this is a left-wing Kyle Rittenhouse video. That's right. This specific video is one of the main reasons, one of their main culprits of why they're getting rid of the dislike button.
Now with an ABC News exclusive with Gage Grosskreutz, the sole survivor shot by Kyle Rittenhouse.
Shut up, you Mike Tyson sounding motherfucker. Kyle Rittenhouse didn't attack anybody until they tried attacking him first. You say this guy's a survivor, like he survived the odds of a mass shooter or something, but he wasn't mass shooting. He was trying to not get shot in the face by Grosskreutz, the guy that you're defending. As soon as he put his gun away and stopped trying to shoot him in the face, he let him go. So no, he survived because Kyle Rittenhouse wanted him to survive. Kyle Rittenhouse didn't want to hurt anybody in the first place, but these people put him in a position where he had to defend his life.
After an explosive day in court with Rittenhouse breaking down on the stand, Grosskreutz joins us alongside his attorney, Kimberly Motley, in his first interview since his dramatic testimony in the murder trial. Gage and Kimberly, thank you both so much for joining me this morning. And Gage, I want to start with you. You were shot in the arm by Kyle Rittenhouse during the protest in Kenosha, Wisconsin last year, while the other 2 men he shot that night died. With Rittenhouse taking the stand, what did you think of his testimony?
Frankly, sir, it's just doo-doo because it doesn't align with my story that will give me $10 million from the state. Of course, I left a lot of things out when I told my story to the state, like the fact that I had an illegal gun and I pointed at Rittenhouse trying to murder him.
Well, I think anytime you see your would-be murderer on the stand, it's emotional.
Bitch, he let you go. And he let you go because he's not a murderer.
And what was your reaction to him breaking down and crying on the stand?
To me, it seemed like a child who had just gotten caught doing something that he wasn't supposed to. More upset that he was caught and less upset about what he had done and what he had taken and the numerous lives that he affected through his actions that night.
You tell a kid that has PTSD to relive a traumatic event, yeah, this is what might happen.
And Kimberly, as Gage's lawyer, what is your take on what we've seen and heard in the courtroom so far?
Well, I think that it should be recognized that, Mr. Rittenhouse was an active shooter.
Innocent on all counts, motherfucker! You're lying. You're lying to everybody on ABC. He's not an active shooter. Everybody he shot tried hurting him, tried killing him. Here's the definition of active shooter in case you didn't know. 1 or more subjects who participate in a random or systemic shooting spree demonstrating their intent to continuously harm others. Their overriding objective appears to be mass murder rather than a criminal conduct. It's not what happened, you bitch. And the entire jury, which had a lot of left-wingers in it, all decided after examining all the evidence fairly that he's innocent on all accounts. Even left-wingers agree that he's innocent. At least the left-wingers that seen the evidence. The left-wingers that listen to ABC don't care about the evidence. Neither does ABC itself. care about the evidence. All they care about is pushing a false narrative that this guy is a Trump supporter and he's a white supremacist and he just did a mass shooting just because he wanted to. That's not what happened. Not even close to the truth. Okay, he went to the riots, but not to stir up trouble or to shoot black people like ABC likes to claim. No, he went there to clean up graffiti, give medic treatment to people within need that are getting injured by the Black Lives Matter movement. And then also on top of that, putting out fires that BLM and Antifa are starting that could hurt innocent people and cause hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in damage. He didn't go there to shoot black people. He went there to save the city he grew up at. I mean, who spends their spare time doing that for free? I mean, this kid is a good kid. He's doing community service for free. For free. Not because he's in trouble, but for free. And you're calling him a mass shooter because he put out the fire of Rosenbaum, who got angry with him and then tried taking his weapon and tried to kill him with it. Then another guy tried to bash his face in with a skateboard, killing him. Not to mention the guy with the skateboard also tried taking his weapon to shoot him with it. So he had to defend against that. Then another guy ran up on him with a fucking firearm and tried shooting him in the face. So he had to shoot him, and he stopped shooting him once he stopped being a threat. So he survived. Every single incident was self-defense. This shouldn't even went to court because it was all caught on video. Every incident was self-defense, clear as day. Everybody knew it from the beginning. But this went to court anyways because the left had to politicize it and make it about race when it had nothing to do with race. Again, how is a case where 3 white people are shot, how does that make him a white supremacist and make this a case about racism? It doesn't. This is absolutely ridiculous. You're reaching to ridiculous lengths. This guy is not a mass shooter.
And that it's important that I believe, as Gage has said, that some of his testimony was extremely inconsistent. He was not, I believe, in imminent fear of danger for his own life.
2 people tried to take his firearm to murder him with it. You don't think he feared for his life? Furthermore, your client ran up to him with a pistol. So Kyle pointed a gun at him. And then he lifted his hand up trying to shoot Kyle in the face. You don't think he feared for his life then when somebody tried to shoot him in the face? Come on.
Gage acted and he was not threatening Mr. Rittenhouse.
What? Kyle only shot when Rosenkreutz pointed a weapon in his face trying to shoot him in the head.
Mr. Rittenhouse rewrapped his gun with Gage. And I think that's really, really important that, people need to pay attention to the inconsistent statements.
There's nothing inconsistent about it. He's got to make sure the gun's ready to go when somebody's running at him with a gun about to shoot him in the face. Come on. And you want to talk about inconsistent statements? Your client forgot to tell the police that he had a gun, and that's why he got shot. He left that part completely out, that he was a felon with a gun that he wasn't allowed to have. Okay, everybody's saying, oh, this guy's a paramedic. He's a good guy. He is a fucking felon with a gun, pointing it at people he shouldn't, trying to kill them.
From the active shooter or the defendant, Rittenhouse.
Yeah, keep calling him an active shooter. He was found innocent on all charges. You look like an idiot.
And Gage, you testified, and you were injured, but you testified you thought you were going to die that night. Talk to me about what was going through your mind in those moments.
I mean, there's a million things that run through your mind when somebody's pointing a rifle at you after just having murdered somebody.
You can't say that. He didn't murder anybody. Everybody that he shot was a fucking criminal trying to murder him. It was self-defense.
First and foremost, I was concerned for my safety. I never lost sight of who I am. I'm not somebody who takes a life. I've made a life out of protecting and preserving life, not taking it.
But it states right here, Rosenkreutz, that somebody that claims to be your roommate on social media, somebody that you're friends with, stated that your only regret was not emptying the entire magazine inside of Kyle Rittenhouse. Somebody that was found innocent on all charges, somebody that you were trying to kill for no reason.
And speaking of protection, you said that you carried a gun for protection that night.
Not even going to mention that he's not legally allowed to carry that firearm. Man, what dishonest reporting is that? People made a big stink about Rittenhouse being under 18 using a rifle, which he was allowed to. All those weapon charges were dropped. And he didn't carry the AR-15 past state lines like the left like to claim. They made that up. And the left still like to make up this lie to this day because they have no fucking facts. Even after the case is over, they still lie. I mean, this was already proven to be false, but they still repeat it. But they completely ignore the fact that Rosenkreutz, the guy with the pistol, had a pistol when he wasn't allowed to.
And that you pointed it at Kyle Rittenhouse. Why did you point your gun at him?
I'm all for the Second Amendment, American citizens' right to bear arms. And I think that during cross-examination, it's hard to say what you want to say. I do believe that in that photo, given the right narrative, one could suggest that, yes, I was pointing my weapon at the defendant.
But you fucking totally were.
But when you play it as a movie...
Life isn't a movie, Rosenkreutz.
Or look at different stills, my arm was being vaporized as I was allegedly pointing my weapon at the defendant. It's completely inconsistent.
How is that inconsistent? That sounds very consistent.
With the physiology of my wound, that he would have shot me while my weapon was pointed at his head.
Now you got the interviewer all confused because nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about. The interviewer doesn't know what you're talking about. The audience doesn't know what you're talking about. So please clarify, what the fuck are you trying to say?
So here you're allowed to say whatever you feel like you need to say. So you're saying that you actually you weren't pointing your gun at him. Is that what you're saying?
That's absolutely what I'm saying, yes.
You fucking liar. You admitted on stand that you pointed your weapon at Kyle Rittenhouse, which was enough to make your prosecutor facepalm.
It wasn't until you pointed your gun at him, advanced on him, with your gun, now your hands down, pointed at him, that he fired, right?
Correct.
Oh, shit. That's it. Directed verdict. Directed verdict on all the murder charges. Kyle knows.
Yeah.
Directed verdict on the murder charges.
He just exhaled. Kyle just, oh, he looks like he's going to cry.
How do you not acquit after that?
Look at Bigger. Look at Big Boy.
Oh, big boy. Oh.
And Gage, what do you want people to know about this case and what happened that night that they may not already know or think that they know?
I think the most important thing to remember is that Kyle Rittenhouse was an active shooter.
No. Kyle was let off on all charges. He was not an active shooter. He was a victim in all this. When a bunch of child molesters and criminals tried killing him for no fucking reason. You're the bad guy. You're the criminal. You're the one who should be a defendant. You're the one who should go to jail. But here you are trying to win $10 million from the state for trying to murder an innocent person. A person that was let off for being innocent.
He murdered 2 men, and he attempted to murder me.
This is so outrageous. ABC, you are ridiculous. I honest to God hope Kyle Rittenhouse sues the shit out of you.
Gage, Kimberly, thank you both so much for joining me this morning. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Said he wasn't pointing that gun, so a lot to be said for that.
Yeah, a lot could be said. Like, he said the opposite in court. So why did he do that? This is outrageous. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. If you really liked this video, be sure to subscribe. Also, smash that like button and the bell button. If you really want to support the channel, then become a patron on Patreon. Even if you just donate $1 a month, it helps tremendously. Thanks for watching.